It looks so nice and shiny on video, but I can promise it's not the way in real life. Welcome, I'm Maz. I hope you're having a splendid day. It's been a while. I have kept away from uploading videos and Instagram and so on for a couple of months or 3 or whatever. But I'm back, but at the same time we have this crazy things going on in the world. I hope you're safe. I thought it's a bit weird to talk about cars, etc., etc., but I thought it's better to do videos than not to do it because of that, the situation we are in. It takes my mind at least off some things. So bear with me. So what we will be doing today is mainly to get the hood and the front bumper prepped. You may or may not know I was in an accident and the hood had to be replaced, the front bumper had to be replaced, and obviously then they had to be painted and resprayed, or because they come unpainted then. And next month, so we are in mid-March, next month, mid-April, we will be applying XPEL paint protection film on the hood and on the bumper. So we have paint protection film on the front fenders, we have it on the lower portion of the doors, the rocker panels, on the mirror caps, the A-pillars, and this part of the roof. We have the custom piece here, and also we have a piece here. So what we will be doing in today's video is to give the car a proper wash, not fully proper because I actually did wash the car before it went into hibernation. So the wheels I will not do anything with, and the wheels are ceramic coated already. I have a video of that, so I'll link it up above if you want to have a look at that. But what we will do is give the car a proper wash. So we will do a pre-wash, then we will do a mechanical wash. So I will with a 2-bucket method or whatever method you use them to give it a mechanical wash. Then we will do a chemical decontamination, which is to remove iron particles that potentially might be on the car. I guess not, because this car has more or less never been driven when it has rained even, so I don't think we have that much of chemical decontamination to worry about. But what I will do also is to do a mechanical decontamination, so I will go over it with a clay bar or a microfiber cloth in my case, which has abrasive materials then. So we'll see once everything has been polished and when we have applied the paint protection film how everything matches up with regards to the paint and so on, because the light hits differently if we have paint protection film and if the paint has been polished and not, and so on. So we will add the paint protection film after we have done the polish, and then we can see the end result. So that is what we will be doing today. Prep the car, polish it, and have it ready for the paint protection film, and that's about it. But before we get there, if you like today's video, give it a big thumbs up and do remember to subscribe. I have a bunch of fluids that needs to be changed. We are changing the gear fluid, the diff fluid, and the engine oil. I'm still waiting for the engine oil, so stay tuned. But with that said, let's get on with the video. is properly washed and is ready for the polishing. And I've actually started a little bit, or actually quite a bit. So I have done the rear fender here, I have done the rear bumper, I have done the boot lid, I have done the spoiler. It turned out great. What we have left is to do the doors, the hood, and the front bumper. However, with that said, the paint was actually in worse condition than I anticipated. I don't know if this comes through in the video. If I try to put some light on it here, it's difficult. It's not optimum lighting conditions for finding swirl marks and so on. But I hope this comes through a little bit at least. So we're at the door. This is the front fender with XPEL. The door, I don't know if it comes through, and also the rear bumper then have been, the rear fender has been polished and it looks nice and shiny, but the door not so much. Again, then if this doesn't come through, I'll put some B-roll or some other footage here where you can see the condition the paint is in. And again, then it is worse than I anticipated. I don't know why that is, because I barely have driven this car when it has rained. I think I've driven it like 4 or 5 times when it has rained, so no greasy condition as such. And I barely have done any mechanical washing on the car, so I'm not exactly sure why we have this much swirl marks and so on. I do swear when I picked the car up, when they had done the first painting of the hood and so on, that I found a piece of paper stuck here. So I hope, I don't know, maybe they have dried the car with paper or something, which is like sandpaper, hence why it looked the way it looked and looks the way it looks. But let's see. And as you can see, I'm utilizing my quick jack not to break my back. I'm getting old, so that is that. And also what I have been using is a combination which I'm familiar with. So I'm using the microfiber discs from Meguiar's together with medium cut polish from Menzerna. I did start off with the perfect finish and tried to use yellow foam pads and also use the microfiber cutting disc, but it didn't give me the result I wanted. Potentially it would have been possible if I would have applied quite a bit of pressure and using the microfiber discs to get the result I wanted, but I don't want to strain myself, the paint or the pads too much, so I went with an option I know that works well usually. So that is the approach I have been using. So you should always try to use the least aggressive method and then work your way to a combination that works. So in my case for this car, then this was a combination that gave me the result I want. And also I'm doing 3 passes, so up and down, left to right, then up and down again, and it gives me more or less what I want. I don't want to reach 100% perfection, so even though when I'm hitting the paint with my flashlight, I can still see some light swirls or scratches left in the paint, but that is okay for me. There is no need for me to reach a higher level than that, because it will take much more time and effort and so on and so on, and nobody will be seeing that more or less, because if I am putting a direct light to it and I barely can see it, then I guess most people won't recognize it either. So that's the way it is. But what I will continue to do now is to do the rest of the car which don't have the PPF on it. We'll see if we do a very, very light polish on the PPF as well. I'm not sure, but the doors, the hood, and the front bumper are still left to go. So the polishing or compounding has been done. It is looking really nice. The hood and the front bumper, the paint was softer compared to the other panels, so it was simpler to do the hood and so on to get the swirls and so on off. I barely had to put any pressure, and actually had a quicker movement over the surface compared to the other panels. So this is important also, that you then try out different speeds and how much pressure you're applying and find what is most suitable. What is left to do now is, I didn't talk about it earlier, I will actually do a second and last step, and that will give the paint the extra oomph and clarity, and I will see which one I use, if I will use Manzana's the Super Finish Plus or the Perfect Finish from Sonax. I have not used this before as a second step, so to speak, so we'll see. We will use these soft foam pads then of different sizes, and as you may have seen, I have been going over the surface with a product similar to CarPro's Prep, Gyeon Prep, and that we do to make sure that we don't have any residue left on the paint. And another thing to mention then, for the second or the last step, you want to reduce the speed of your polisher. So on the Roops machines I have, I will do maybe 1.5 or 2 somewhere, and also I will do quicker hand movements, and I will do larger portions, and potentially we won't do as many passes as we have done for the rest of the paint then. It came out super nice. We were ready with a two-step polish. The paint looked like crap, as you saw earlier in the video, but in my opinion, the hood is almost swirl free. I don't know if this comes through, but the hood and the front bumper, which had softer paint, came out super nice. The rest of the car, it might have some swirls left here and there. Being an OCD guy, I promise it looks really nice. And also, as you did see, then I did a light polish on the PPF. I don't know if this comes through. We got rid of almost all of it, not all of it. I didn't want to go too aggressive with it. So the PPF do have self-healing properties. So when sunlight hit it, or if you use a hairdryer, the light swirls and scratches will actually self-heal. But I wanted to try out how polishing works then. So, but again, then I don't want to take any blame for how the car looked before. I don't know what had happened, but now it is fixed. The hood is prepped and ready. The front bumper is prepped and ready. The headlights will also get PPF film installed, because these are new headlights. The other ones, these ones as well, they are held in place with some plastic clips. And if those clips break, you need to replace the whole unit, which is expensive like hell. And also I have to pay another round for PPF being installed on the headlights. But that's the way life is, and we just take it from where we are. So that's the way it is. And I have been contemplating to do ceramic coating or not, but I have now decided that I will do ceramic coating. I got my hands on Gyeon's Syncro Evo, so this is a new product in their lineup. I have used the Syncro kit before it was called Evo. It is a super nice product. I highly recommend you to check their ceramic lineup if you want to do a DIY ceramic coating on your car. It is super easy to put on and also maintain and so on. I have a bunch of Gyeon products back there. I have Gyeon products here, new ones, which I need to try out. And also I have been using Gyeon Rim, and I've been using Gyeon View, and it is super nice products, as I said. I'll leave a link down below so you can have for yourself to Gyeon's website then. But for my car, I will use the Gyeon Syncro Evo kit, but I will not apply anything on the hood, nothing on the front bumper, and nothing on the headlights before we put on the paint protection film. Once the paint protection film has been applied to these surfaces, I will go over them with a ceramic coating. So stay tuned for the video of applying the ceramic coating and also oil changes, track days, putting on the PPF. And this bad boy here, we haven't talked more or less anything about since I got it. So it's my sim racing gear. So let's see if we can do some videos with that. It will be fun. Let me know in the comment sections. But do remember to subscribe for those coming videos. And also, if you did like today's video, give it a big thumbs up. If you have any questions at all, just hit me up in the comment sections below and I will try to answer them the best I can. With that said, take care and I'll be seeing you on the next one.